Should you go to college, get a university degree, finish a bachelor's degree in order to set yourself up for a lifetime of success and money and happiness? I can tell you with 100% certainty that for almost everyone watching this video, the answer is absolutely. Hi, I'm James Callahan, and this is The Do-Over Show. And most of us look for videos to confirm what we already believe to be the case. That is, if I put this video out as, yes, you should go to college, then if you wanted to go to college or you thought that was the best way, you would watch the video. But if you were certain that college isn't for everybody, which it's not, but that college is ruining America or ruining lives or putting people in debt that they'll never get out of, and you think, no, you shouldn't go to college, only the select few should go to college, then you'd watch that kind of video. So what kind of video can we watch to actually change our minds? Well, let's go through the reality of it. First of all, this is the Do-Over Show, and with 20 plus years of experience in higher education and in the workforce, with a Ph.D. and helping hundreds, no thousands of young adults, not so young adults, getting started in their college and university career in the pursuit of a degree, I've got some advice about how to handle the question about whether or not you should go to college or university and get that higher ed degree. Okay, the very first reason is you're going to make more money over your lifetime, which causes people to look at the expense of higher education and say it's an investment. But how many 18 to 24-year-olds do you know that put away tens of thousands of dollars or risk tens of thousands of dollars in order to create a career or a lifetime of higher earnings? The actual numbers, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, are that you will be more likely to be employed and make more money than someone who has just some college or no college, an associate's degree, or just a high school diploma, or even someone who dropped out and has a GED, or someone who drops out and doesn't get a GED. The number is between $1 million and $1.5 million more over your working life of about 35 to 40 years. Again, what 18 to 24-year-old thinks of 30 to 40 years of working, all they hear is the millions of dollars. So that means that higher education pitches the expense of higher education as an investment in your future. Now, there are a couple reasons why you might want to say, no, I'm not going to go after a college degree. Okay, let's cover them. First of all, my recommendation is if you have the academic ability and you have the financial security or the ability to enter in to pursue a college degree, that yes, you should. Why? Because more jobs are available for those with college degrees, higher ed degrees, than those without them. For example, a recent study on LinkedIn posts. By the way, where do you go to look for a job? If you're looking in your local paper, if you're walking by stores, if you're looking for something on Indeed, almost half the jobs there advertise that they ask for or require a higher ed degree. LinkedIn tends to have higher quality jobs. You want to be a vice president, senior this, director that. That's where you go to find those jobs, and that's LinkedIn. Now, they're bragging that the number of job ads on LinkedIn that require a college degree has dropped significantly. Now, here's what they mean by significantly. It used to be that 20% of the jobs listed on LinkedIn didn't ask for a college degree. Now it's almost 30%. Turn those numbers around. What does that tell you about higher quality, higher paying jobs in today's jobs market? Instead of 80% of those jobs requiring a higher ed degree, only 70% require a higher ed degree. And by the way, every one of those HR specialists that are reviewing your resume when you send it in, your cover letter, they all have college degrees. Do you think they're going to say, oh, I know I worked hard for my degree, but I'm going to hire for a couple $100,000 a year job, but they don't need a college degree, they just need skills? No, they're not. That's the reality today. You're more employable, you're going to make more money, and you're more likely to get hired for better quality, higher paying jobs if you have a college degree. Okay, now, who can get a college degree today? Here's the interesting thing. In the United States, anybody can get a college degree. There is a college, university, tech school, community college that will take you and your money. Yeah, we're not talking Harvard, Princeton, Yale kind of stuff. Anybody can get into a degree. Why? Because they want our money, and they want us to take out student loans that are backed by the government that are basically a free ride for higher education institutions. Even some for-profit schools, they'll take you and they'll take your money. The question is whether or not you are cut out for college life. Now, first thing, college is not high school with ashtrays. College is self-discipline. And this is one of the greatest struggles and one of the greatest failures. By the way, there's nothing more discouraging than to see so many people going to college and not finishing their degree and winding up with a couple years of student loan debt, but no degree to show for it. And being able to write down on their resume, some college, doesn't help a lot. Now, it's one of the most professionally discouraging things, emotionally discouraging things that you can experience, that you drop out of your college degree. Now, maybe it was that everybody did it, so you did it along, and so it didn't turn out for you, and you turn it into something that's good. You get lemons, you turn it into lemonade. Congratulations. But most people who drop out of college are devastated because it's considered one of life's greatest failures. Now, the reason why most people fail in higher education is a lack of self-discipline. That is, they no longer have a schedule set for them. Now they're responsible for their schedule. So the best recommendation I can give to you if you're considering a college degree is you have to improve your self-discipline. Mom doesn't set your schedule anymore. You have to start taking responsibility for your everyday experiences. Getting up, cleaning your clothes, making food, cleaning up after yourself, and showing up on time. And you do something that's difficult as arranging your life around this schedule. And you probably, like most, are going to have to work while you're going to school, which means you're going to have to balance the work requirements of your part-time job with the requirements of class attendance, homework, projects, testing, etc. You're going to have to be more self-disciplined than you've ever been in your life. And that's one of the difficult learning curves for young adults when they start a higher education degree. So right now, start to self-discipline. Control your own schedule. Start to build in things that you are going to do according to your schedule and test whether or not you can handle it. Because that's probably one of the top reasons why most people drop out of college. Second reason is that they're not emotionally equipped for college. They've been sheltered, cocooned, they've lived in a quiet place or a cave their whole life. I once had a student that said, I can't handle this. And I said, why? You're used to school, you do very well in school. He said, no, I was homeschooled. Nothing against homeschooling, although there are a lot of reasons to be for it and against it. It doesn't necessarily develop the emotional maturity that you need. And guess what? Most college students who are entering have not experienced the harsh realities of a world where people really don't care how you feel. Yeah. Now, I know colleges go out of their way to make sure that everybody feels welcome. But one of the hardest things to understand is that not everybody in your class agrees with you, sees the world the way you do. They didn't grow up in the same local community that you did. They're from everywhere in the world or everywhere in your country. And that is a challenge to some. That is, you have to start to entertain ideas which you do not agree with. And that's one of the tests, whether you take a humanities class, a philosophy class, that asks you to consider things that you absolutely oppose and to take them seriously. It's one of the best experiences is being in a debate club, a forensics club when you're in high school. You are forced to take a pro and against view of just about every major hot topic in society today. It is one of the best training grounds for success in higher education. Now, the next thing is learning how to handle money. When you get into higher education, usually because it's all deferred in student loans, you don't think about how much you're actually paying to go to school. And that's that idea of deferring the expense, and you never have the sticker shock of what it actually costs. Now, for a lot of people, that means that they're not going to value their higher education experience or what they're actually paying, the price that they're paying. The closer you can get price and value together in your mind, in your world, about what is going on in higher education, the better off you'll be. Now, that is, sit down and divide everything you're paying by the number of classes you take or the number of hours you're in a class and put a dollar sign by it. It can be as high as $500 per every class meeting that you're paying for that luxury of being entertained by a professor. That is, put a relationship between price and value and see if you can get a better grasp of the reality of higher education. Now, the next thing about this is you don't have to get A's in everything in order to succeed in higher education. That is, you don't have to be top of your class. You don't have to be valedictorian. Do you know what they call a med student who graduates last in their class and passes their exams? They call them doctor. That is, C's get degrees. No one's going to look and say, oh, were you top of your class? Unless you're picking a field that means you want to go to grad school. And getting A's or high B's means that you're equipped to do the academic work, the rigors of a master's and maybe a doctoral program. So your degree will matter. The grades you get will matter. when you go for that. And by the way, most people, less than half of the people who get a degree in their field actually work in that field, directly related to that field. Now that means that yes, not everybody needs to go to college. College isn't for everybody, and you have to make your own way apart from it. And there are more opportunities for people who don't go to college than there were 10 years ago. But still, higher paying, better quality jobs usually ask, have you completed a higher ed degree? And if you can, my 100%, without a doubt, recommendation after 20 plus years and helping thousands of students navigate higher education is that, yeah, finish it. Get your degree, C's get degrees, and just prove that you can do something difficult and finish it. The thing employers are looking for is, can you do something difficult? Can you solve problems? And can you complete it? Finish it. Because that's what a college degree shows an employer, and that's the kind of degree that pays. And thanks for being part of the Do-Over Show. Please, could you tap the like button because it really helps? And while you're down there, how about you subscribe and ring that notification bell so you don't miss the next episode? I'm so glad you found me and I found you. Thanks.